All right. Doing a review on the Aquarium Co-op Easy Fry Food. I had some mollies that were born on the 27th of last month. Reached out to the Aquarium Co-op and purchased a bottle of this to feed the babies because of my location and the lack of fish stores around us, aquarium stores rather, that had any kind of knowledge of the subject of fry food. We ended up going with this idea just because we had a new aquarium that was recently set up. It is a 40-gallon. I have one angelfish being very personal today. Anyway, this is, if I can get this to focus, this is the amount of growth these fish have put on, these mollies. And it is absolutely mind-boggling. They've put on some major size since the 25th. Obviously, a little help from my wife and getting all the babies wrangled up. We've ended up saving about half of them. Obviously, at the time they were born, we didn't have the angelfish, but the creamsicle molly here, and there's another one swimming around in there somewhere. Oh, here it is. This guy here. They were eating the babies, and Mama, who ended up not making it, looked just like this Dalmatian molly that you see hiding in this little cave. Ended up not making it, but we were able to save most of the babies, and like I said, they've put on a tremendous amount of size, and it's actually to the point, after doing some homework, that one's pooping. Anywho, after the traumatic experience in losing Mama, we ended up saving most of her babies. We had a couple that didn't make it due to the fact, I guess they were fairly little, fairly weak, and they didn't get to the food fast enough once they started eating. It was like 2 or 3 days after they were born that they started eating, and I guess some of them didn't quite get enough of nutrition in order to survive. But I mean, this came in from Washington when I ordered it, less than 24 hours after I ordered it. Actually, it was less than 48 hours. But I mean, even with the ingredients in here and the breakdown, the crude protein, the crude fat, the crude fiber, and then the phosphorus, I mean, they just ballooned in size. The kids have absolutely loved it, raising the fry, and they've just been growing and growing and growing, and everything I read on the internet said they were to be fed 3 times a day, which the wife feeds in the morning before she leaves for work. I get up around lunchtime, feed the babies, eat some lunch, hang out, watch some Aquarium Co-op videos, as you see Corey right there in the reflection. And, I let the son feed him before I leave for work, and then we're You know, sometimes they eat 3 times a day, sometimes they eat 4 times a day. And when they're hungry, they all clutter around the top here like a school of piranhas. And, you know, they have been eating 3 to 4 times a day fairly religiously. And, I mean, they're putting on size. So, I'm very impressed. Very awesome product. Would highly recommend it to anybody. Probably some of the best food that I've ever fed any kind of fish. And this is actually the first time I've ever actually raised fry, and they've been doing rather well. Don't mind my little plants here. But yeah, they've been doing very well. Every time I end up doing a water change, I scoop these guys out into a container, clean their breeder basket, you know, rinse all the poop and food out that they don't eat down in the bottom, and then you know, hang it back on the side of the aquarium, dump them back in there, and then they're good to roll. But they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we've bought 4 mollies for, I'm wanting to say it was like $12, and then we ended up getting babies out of it, and we ended up losing one of the adults, and we got a bunch of babies, so it ends up working out in the end. So, speak very highly of this. If you find yourself trying to raise fry for any reason, I haven't had any babies from the pair of angels yet, but they're you know, the molly fry have been just ballooning in size. Would very highly recommend it to anybody that needs it. It floats and then slowly sinks, just like the package says. So I would give this on a scale of 5 stars. It exceeded my expectation, and I can't honestly give it a 5-star rating. I got to give it more. So, speak very highly of it, and would definitely recommend picking yourself up some of this stuff. If you're raising any kind of fry, whether they be live bearers, the live bearers seem to be doing really good on it. Once I get my angels start to breed, there's the male over there, and the female's hiding over here. It's usually very odd that they're not together, but yeah, definitely recommend picking some up and feeding your fish with it, raising your fry with it. Very good stuff. Plus, it's actually very good for the adults if they do ingest some. There's the other angel there. But yeah, definitely pick yourself up some of this. It's a very good product. I would definitely recommend it to anybody that ever asked about it. And again, I speak very highly of it. The wife actually enjoys using it because it's easy to use. It's more or less at this point just a matter, and they may eat again actually. It's a matter of just opening the lid. Let me get my finger out of the way. Popping the little red cap thing off. See, look, they know what time it is. I'm just giving them a little squirt. Yeah, there they go. They're eating again. It'll be the 3rd time today. I mean, they just eat. They're little freaking piranhas. They just eat and eat and eat. So, I mean, they're growing. So, I'm kind of curious to see how long it takes them to grow out of this breeder basket so we can introduce them into our aquarium. The angels are up here because they think it's feeding time again. And here comes the female. She's probably hungry again, but we're working through the early stages of the new aquarium, fighting the bacteria bloom that pops up from time to time, and all of the water parameters seem to be holding fast. So, yeah, I highly recommend it to anybody that's looking to raise any kind of fry, at least live bearers. And again, I said I'll review it again once I get some fry from the angels, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, thanks for watching.